So, I am here to yap about random stuff. Um, the main topic is probably going to be RPGs, the genre. Now, the game I'm playing is very antithetical to that, considering RPGs are usually a sort of slow-paced thing. This is not slow-paced. Anyway, this is all no script, live. I'm simultaneously playing and voicing over. I think that breaks like pretty much every convention for a video like this, but who really cares? So, RPGs are really weird. Like RPG role playing game as a genre is really weird because what even makes an RPG at this point? Like, how do I put into words what I mean here? Like, what is the basis for a game to count as an RPG? Like, is it level mechanics? Like, level up mechanics? Is it, um, giving the player choices they can make? Is it, a party? Like, what is the deciding factor for something to fit under the very broad, might I add, RPG genre? Right. Like, it makes no sense. Like, I'm gonna name two RPGs here off the top of my head. Take a game like Fallout New Vegas and a game like, let's say Persona 5. Right? Both are RPG games, right? They're under the broad genre of RPG, but they're under very different subgenres, being Fallout New Vegas is like it's an RPG. I have no idea what subgenre of RPG it even falls under. It's a first-person shooter with a lot of RPG mechanics. More emphasis on the on the role-playing part than the actual convention of an RPG, which, again, what even is that? Like, other than having a compelling story and level up mechanics, there are like no similarities between Fallout New Vegas and Persona 5. I don't fully know what RPG subgenre New Vegas falls into, but Persona 5 is a JRPG, and even then it's not like just a JRPG, it's a, well, I get turn-based games, not all, or I don't think all JRPGs are turn-based. A lot of them are, but I don't think it's fair to say that all JRPGs are turn-based. Um, like, what makes an RPG game an RPG game? Because I can't think of a single actual broad defining attribute for every single RPG game. I don't think every RPG game shares one same, like, aspect. Because level up mechanics aren't exclusive to RPGs, even though a lot of them do have them. The role-playing part of the role-playing game is also not actually mandatory to have in an RPG, in a role-playing game, because a lot of games that have identify with the RPG label, a lot of them don't actually have anything related to role-playing in them. Like, New Vegas, very, a game that actually counts as an RPG, right? But, like, I don't know, I'm losing the plot. I think what I'm trying to like. Okay, Fallout New Vegas has uh, a lot of things that people would associate with an RPG. It has the level up mechanics. It has a role playing aspect. That being, you're playing the courier, sure, but you have a lot of choice and agency over what kind of person your courier is, if that makes sense. Like, you have full choice on if your courier is a stealthy, charismatic character who just like sneaks through any combat encounter and talks their way through and out of basically any trouble they may find themselves in. If that fails, you can be a demented lunatic who just kills everyone and still gets an ending from that. Like, you have a lot of choice with what kind of person your courier is in New Vegas, right? But then, that's only a fairly small part of my gameplay is so ass. That's only a very small part of New Vegas. There's still like the actual gameplay itself and the level mechanics. But then you take Persona 5 and like it has level up mechanics. It has a party which you don't I don't really like it's a different type of party than what you have in New Vegas with the companion and stuff. And uh, also on top of that, there's not that much of a role play aspect in Persona 5. You're not playing much of a role. Like, your role is a Phantom Thief, I guess, leader of the Phantom Thieves, but that's not a role you have much choice over. Like, in New Vegas, sure, you're playing a courier, that's like your main quote-unquote role, but you have a lot of choice over what you do over the course of the game. In Persona 5, the most choice you get about your character, about Joker, or Ren Amamiya, or Akira Kurusu, whatever the fuck you want to call him, is what personas he uses, and what social links you hang out with, and his social stats, what you do in your free time. That's kind of it. You don't get much choice beyond that. Like, I very quickly lost the plot on what I was talking about. This is very just schizophrenic rambling at this point. But my main point is that, like, there's barely anything connecting all the games that fall under the RPG genre, right? The very broad RPG genre. Like, there's just very little connecting all of them. If I showed someone who knew barely anything about games, and I showed them, like, what 4 RPGs can I take as my example here? If I showed them a Fallout game, let's take the same Fallout New Vegas for example. If I showed them a Fallout game, Persona 5, if I showed them New Vegas, Persona 5, and let's take something like Fire Emblem Awakening, right? If I show them those 3 games, do you think they could, like, do you think they would feasibly pick out that they're in the same genre, the same broad RPG genre of game? I don't fucking think so. I think they'd pick up on the main similar mechanic of leveling up, and in Fire Emblem and Persona's case, I guess the party system, which even then it varies very much from Persona 5. And that's it. I don't think they'd pick up on any other similarities. because those games are so vastly different from one another, uh, yet they're still under the RPG genre. Like, they're under very different subgenres, but they're still under the same RPG genre, which is what I'm talking about. What common attribute do those three games have besides a leveling up system? Like, the only common thing that those three games have is leveling up. That's it. There is no other feature that all three games share. And that's just three very specific examples from a genre that has like dozens more subgenres and like vastly different gameplay in all of them. It's very confusing, and this is just a very long rant about me having no idea. Well, no, it's not that I have no idea. It's that I think it's incredibly stupid that the RPG genre, the RPG genre is stupid. I love RPGs. They're my favorite broad genre of games ever. Right? But it just makes no sense. The RPG genre is confusing bullshit, and I love it, but it gets to a point, you know? Like, there's only so much RPG tomfoolery I can tolerate before I just purposefully get before I just have to start questioning what at what point we lost the plot. Um I think that's the meat of what I wanted to yap about. I don't think there's much else. This, you can tell this is like not scripted or anything. It very quickly collapsed into random bullshit, but not like I care. There's gonna be like 8 people who see this video at most. I don't think anyone really cares. The budget for this was very low, and you can tell that my mic is ass, so apologies for this being probably very unbearable to listen to, but it is kind of your fault for sticking around if you didn't like that. So yeah, apologies, but like, you can't really complain. You chose to stay here. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm done talking on the topic now. Uh, yeah. Goodbye.